It's interesting because a lot of, news stations, a lot of police departments, they are going away from the choppers because they're so expensive.
And as Kevin knows, weather operations too, Kevin. There are planes, people flying into the eye of this hurricane. That is their job, to get the latest data. Someday maybe they'll have drones gathering some of this for us too.
Oh, absolutely. They already have that. In fact, they've been releasing drones into some of these hurricanes in which they've been checking out some of the wave heights when they're over the open waters of the Atlantic and Gulf of Mexico, for example. And talk about the Gulf of Mexico tonight. Here is the eye of Hurricane Ian tonight down there. You can see almost somewhat of a double eye wall structure, maybe attempting to develop and become a little better organized. It's interesting because you see where you don't have any radar returns in there. It would appear as if maybe a little bit of dry air is wrapped into the eye of Ian. If that's the case, that will slow down the intensification process, but it is over some exceptionally warm water. This is like bath water down here in the southeastern Gulf of Mexico, and it is high octane fuel for a hurricane like this here tonight. Weather's already deteriorating across the southern two-thirds of the state of Florida tonight with widespread tornadoes as some of these rain bands have been spiraling in off of Ian already. So what do we know about it, and what do we think is going to happen here at this point? Ian is expected to continue to intensify tonight. Yes, it is looking a little bit better specifically for the Tampa Bay area because they are now to the west of what is likely to be the landfall. That means their winds are likely to be more offshore, and that will prevent from quite as much water from the Gulf of Mexico piling up into the bay here. With an onshore wind, that would get that 10-foot water rise. Well, with them now to the west of the track, winds will remain more offshore, so that won't get those water levels quite as high up in the bay. But this actually puts folks south of Tampa directly in the crosshairs of what could be a Category 4 hurricane, because the farther south along the coast it comes in, the greater likelihood it is a 4 versus a 3. And it also puts places like Fort Myers into play. And if you remember back in 2004, they were devastated by Hurricane Charley. And right now, Ian seems to be on an eerily similar path to that of Charley. So folks down towards Punta Gorda, down towards the Fort Myers area, could be dealing with what could be another historic hurricane making landfall there in South Florida. Either way, it will also be the slow movement of the storm across the state of Florida for several days that will dump feet of rain. So it's not only a storm surge, but also inland flooding. That's going to be a big weather story. But as of right now, while Tampa still will have some adverse effects from this, they may be looking at a much less severe threat posed by Ian. Now, where does Ian go eventually later? Into the southern Appalachians, and in time could throw a little bit of rain our way this weekend. For now, though, and throughout the rest of the week, chilly high pressure will be in charge of our weather. It feels more like late October or even early November out there, with temperatures only in the low 60s and a pretty brisk breeze out there this evening. So once the sun goes down tonight, we'll have no problem tumbling back into the 40s again for lows. As it stays chilly around here, it'll be sweater weather. Through the end of the week, temperatures run 10, 15 degrees cooler than they should. If you're heading to Paycor Stadium to check out the Dolphins and the Bengals on Thursday, it will be a cool night for football. Temperatures will be in the 60s, falling back into the 50s. Some areas now already into the 50s. Hillsborough, Blanchester, you're 60 in Mason, 61 in Delhi. So you can see already the sun's not down and temperatures are already slipping here tonight. So it turns chilly in a hurry. It will definitely be light jacket, sweater weather during the evenings, the nights, and the mornings through the rest of the week. Futurecast is quiet. You'll see here tonight mostly clear skies. I do think we'll have more clouds in here tomorrow, hence the reason why tomorrow will be cooler than today around here. And we'll have a breeze tomorrow as well. Skies will clear up Wednesday night. Things are quiet into Thursday and Friday for us. And then we could see some effects from Ian in the form of some mostly light rain showers, but will make for kind of a yucky weekend. 43 tonight. Tomorrow, only 61. We should be in the mid-70s still. So yes, it's feeling more like Halloween or early November. Here's a look at your day planner, another chilly one for your hump day. Your 7-day forecast shaking out like this, up to 70 on Friday. And then there's your showers in here this weekend from what's left of Ian. So all in all, staying very fall-like around here through the end of the week and even into the weekend.
Kevin, thanks a lot for the update there. Primetime football, the new